Am I the a-hole for being hurt by what my autistic sister-in-law said about my stillborn baby? This really, really hurts to have to ask, but I'm searching for unbiased advice. My husband, who's 34, and I, 28, suffered the loss of our first baby just 3 weeks ago. I was 32 weeks pregnant, and I noticed that my daughter was not moving as much as usual on a Friday night, or moving at all. Saturday morning at 3:24 a.m., I gave birth to her, stillborn. It was and is genuinely the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Everyone and every mom warns you about postpartum, but no one warns you about suffering it with no baby. Since then, obviously, we've been bombarded with support from our family, and I am so grateful for that. My sister-in-law, however, I've never really gotten along with. She's the half-sister of my husband. She came with my mother-in-law to visit only a week after I gave birth. For context, my mother-in-law says that my sister-in-law is autistic, although she isn't diagnosed, and that she says things without thinking, which is a symptom of it. I'm not a big fan of hers because I find her quite spoiled and kind of a brat, and my husband has his reasons as well. My sister-in-law is 21. While they were there, I was really just trying to stay positive so I wouldn't cry in front of them. The first instance of her saying something really insensitive to me was when I mentioned joining a grief group because that's what my doctor recommended. She asked me, a group for grieving moms? But won't their dead children be older? Would you even relate? I understand that it may have been just her not understanding, but wow, it hurt worse than I thought. My doctor and my own mom have reiterated that I should consider myself a mom now, and I guess I just didn't think about the fact that some people won't think I am because I don't have a baby, and I never did, apart from a few minutes. But still, that's not even what I'm offended about. What really hurt me was my mother-in-law asking me if I got the chance to hold my daughter. I said yes, and I was grateful for the nurses for treating her like every other baby, wrapping her up and putting her a hat on, and then giving her to me. My husband agreed and told them that he held her and carried her down to where she was going when I was done, and he was glad for that. My sister-in-law then says, out loud, with no hesitation, "Ew, you touched it when it was dead?" My heart literally dropped. First of all, referring to her as it is disgusting to me, and second of all, the whole entire sentence is just disgusting too. I genuinely didn't know what to say. My mother-in-law scolded her, and my husband told them it was time to go. She never apologized. Later on, my mother-in-law called to apologize on behalf of my sister-in-law. I told her honestly, I didn't want or need an apology unless it came from her daughter, and even then, it was not likely I'd accept it. My mother-in-law got really pissy with me, and now they are both mad at me for alienating them because of her being autistic. She said that that should not be an excuse for what she said. I disagree heavily, but am I the a-hole for that?